Now to Airline Weekly Seth Kaplan. Now, you're not buying any of this, right, Seth? Explain.
Well, let's be very clear. As Charlie mentioned, collusion is a specific legal allegation. And look, if justice is going to come out and tell us that there's evidence that you had, two competing airline CEOs sitting in a room and jointly planning capacity,
but
or
it doesn't
doing
have
so
to
on the
be
phone
that
or over
blatant,
email.
right, Seth? It doesn't have to be quite that blatant.
It doesn't, except that, Neil, there's really nothing in the marketplace that suggests that there's any kind of collusion. Now, look, if you want to start history in 2009, conveniently, and say, look, compared to then, airfares have risen, absolutely they have. But compared to just about any other time in history, they're still rather low in an inflation-adjusted basis.
Is completely wrong and twisted in his thinking, is what you're essentially saying.
Completely, no. Not complete. Look, air travel today, just in terms of the fares that we pay, is a less good deal than it was just a few years ago. But let's not forget, for most
you know
of
what?
history,
I don't know about that. It is still, despite the headaches and all the nightmares that come with the body cavity searches before you hop on a plane, it is still cheap. In the scheme of things.
Well, and that's my point. It's cheap compared to everything in the world, compared to all of history, except just a few years ago. Airfares for all of history did nothing but fall in real terms, and that's why we had half the industry in bankruptcy for most of the post-deregulation history. Well, then they started nickel and diming you with all these fees, right? Right, and despite all of that, despite the mergers, despite the fees, despite the capacity controls that we're talking about here, this is an industry that's putting up good profits by its own history, but nothing that would make the CEO of, Google jealous or anything of that. So when you look at the marketplace, you don't really see evidence of collusion. You see evidence of an industry that was sick of wiping out shareholders, laying off workers, and finally learned from its mistakes and got its act together a little bit.
I believe you more than I believe Gasparino, who wouldn't know traveling in his Gulfstream what the real folks are doing.
Exactly.
But I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much, Seth Kaplan.